Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss what is restitution of conjugal rights. The basic integrity of a marriage is parties will live together for the rest of their lives. So following the same principle, the matrimonial law imposes certain marital duties and provides a specific legal rights to each party, that is both husband and wife. At any point in time, if any of the parties failed or refused to perform his or her duties binding upon him or her without giving any reasonable excuse, then the aggrieved party can seek legal support from the respective district court under the provision of restitution of conjugal rights. Because of this reason, it is also considered as a matrimonial remedy. So, let's start with the first question, that is, what is the restitution of conjugal rights? As defined by the Section 9 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, when either the husband or the wife has, without reasonable excuse, withdrawn from the society of the other, the aggrieved party may apply by petition to the district court for restitution of conjugal rights, and the court, on being satisfied of the truth of the statements made in such petition and that there is no legal ground why the application should not be granted, may decree restitution of conjugal rights accordingly. However, if the question arises whether there has been reasonable excuse for withdrawal from the society, in such a case the burden of proving reasonable excuse shall be on the person who has withdrawn from the society. Now, the next question is, what are the conjugal rights? Fundamentally, the right of sexual intercourse between the husband and the wife is considered as the conjugal rights. Now, the next question is, who can file a petition for the restitution of conjugal rights? The petition for the restitution of conjugal rights can be filed by either party, either by husband or by wife. Now, the next question is, on what grounds the court can pass the order of restitution of conjugal rights? Following are the valid points on which court grants the restitution of conjugal rights. If the petitioner proves in the court that the respondent, who is his or her spouse, withdrawn from his or her society without giving any reasonable excuse, the statement presented by the petitioner, aggrieved spouse, in his or her petition is true, and the court didn't find any legal ground, that is why the aggrieved party shouldn't be given the restitution of conjugal right. Now, the next question is, on what grounds the court cannot pass the order of restitution of conjugal rights? Following are the valid points on which court cannot grant the restitution of conjugal rights. Any ground of such a nature on which the respondent could have asked for the nullity of marriage, decree for judicial separation, or even for the divorce. Next, any conduct on the part of the petitioner or fact that may be compatible to the petitioner taking undue advantage of his or her own wrong or any disability for the purpose of such relief, and any other reasonable excuse for the withdrawal from the society of the petitioner. Next, marital obligation. Under Section 9 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, if a consent decree for the restitution of conjugal rights is passed, it will not be a nullity. If it is not challenged in an appeal or by way of other remedy available under the law and becomes final, such order cannot be ignored. However, if someone does so, it can form a valid ground of divorce proceedings under Section 13(1)(a) of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Next, limitations. Even on the refusal of accepting the decree of restitution of conjugal rights, the aggrieved spouse has to wait for 1 year. With the petition of the restitution of conjugal rights, alternatively, the petition of divorce cannot be filed. It is believed that these prayers are mutually destructive of each other, therefore must be filed after the failure of previous one. Likewise, the concept of the restitution of conjugal rights is a part of the personal law and largely governed by the respective religion, tradition, and custom. Further, the underneath concept of this provision is to safeguard the marriage and not to disrupt.